Father, do you have any tips for overcoming slothfulness? Well, slothfulness is one of these things that come along with a lack of prayer, and fear of God is one of the sources for that. It's a self-love, and I think that a lot of us, we need to be inspired by examples to get up and do violence against the man who wants to sleep another hour, the one who doesn't want to and wants to eat a little bit more, right? All these little things that we do to appease our slothfulness and laziness and lustfulness and all this stuff. Why do we do that? Well, there's many reasons, but one of the things that's lacking, and I think that's where we should all start, is that we don't have a lot of inspiration for the ascetic life. We don't have examples of ascetics before us. We're not reading them and then saying, I want to be like Saint so-and-so who was a strict faster, or somebody who prayed throughout the night. I want to ascend the ladder. I want to be like them. We've got to be inspired. You're not going to find one great athlete who was not inspired by somebody somewhere and wanted to imitate them. They don't exist. I guarantee you. There's nobody. Everybody's going to say, you know what? When I was a kid, I really looked to so-and-so, and he was my example. And that's why I kept going, and I went back again and again. I wanted to be like him, right? So who do you want to be like? Of course, we want to be like Christ. But Christ lived and lives throughout church history in again and again, every generation, in his holy ones. And so there are examples of Christ in our day, in our time and space, right? Like 20th century, we have these examples of Christ. So, so there's thousands and thousands of incarnated appearances, let's say, of little Christs, right? So they give us inspiration. We've got to follow after them. We've got to have them before us. We've got to be inspired. And otherwise, you're going to say, what's the big deal? I'll just sleep another 20 minutes. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt anybody. It doesn't matter, right? You lose sight of death. You lose sight of the goal, right? You're just caught up in the desires of the flesh and the ease and the comfort and all the rest. And it's hard to force yourself, which is what you're going to have to do, if you don't have something that inspires you and draws you in. It's not just push. You got to be also pulled. So I think it's both and, right? You got to do violence against the old man, but you got to be inspired, and you got to struggle after a goal, right? Put a goal. All the athletes had a goal. Like today, I'm going to hit the 2-minute mark. Tomorrow, I'm going to hit the 1 minute 59 mark. And the next day, the 1 minute 58 mark. Well, what's the equivalent of that for us? Well, today I'm going to get up at, 4:30 in the morning and pray. Tomorrow I'm going to get up at 4:15 or whatever. I don't know. Just give an example. Or I'm going to pray today 20 minutes. Tomorrow I'm going to pray 22 minutes or whatever. We're going to increase the love by increasing the struggle. And again, that's going to take violence, a negative pushback, and inspiration being pulled and drawn in. So you got to be inspired. So what are you doing? What are you doing to be inspired?